Hey, it's Mike Jacob coming to you from Shearim with our thought for the week. This week's Parsha is Naso. The end of Perek Hay discusses the Parsha of Sota. The beginning of Perek Vav discusses the Parsha of Nazir. And the connection, there has to be a connection because there's a flow in the Torah. Things flow from one subject to the next. And the connection's not readily apparent. And Rashi asked that question. Lama nismacha parshas nazir leparshas sota. Why are they connected? Why are they one next to the other? And he answers like this. He says, if somebody sees a sota, and he sees that something not tznius happened, something immoral happened in Klal Yisrael, he should separate himself from wine. He should make himself into a nazir. So that's going to be the connections. Again, there wasn't a readily apparent connection, but Rashi answers that connection and says that if somebody sees immorality, he's got to do something about it. He has to separate himself from wine, from something that could lead to something potentially immoral. And that's why I came to Shearim to film, because as you can see, there's the sign, the classic sign behind me, that there are many throughout the neighborhood, of wanting to be makbid on tznius. And it's one area which I love coming to because this is, whether you like some of the stuff, their philosophy, I don't live here. We don't live here, okay? But the bottom line is that, there's a clear effort. And, and when they created Shearim around 200 years ago, the idea was to create a perfect environment, to create a place that, had the tznius, lived so to speak, a perfect Jewish life in that way. They don't want people coming in not tznius. They want to live and they want to learn. And I tell you, I have business friends and a lot of friends in Shearim, and they're wonderful, wonderful, amazing people. They know a lot. They're worldly, but when it comes to certain things, they're makbid on. Tznius, they're makbid on. Torah and education, they're makbid on. There's hakpadas, and they live a certain way, and it's a beautiful way. And I think all of us gain from knowing that such a place exists, such a beautiful place exists, called Shearim. That's snua, that's special, that's Torah-dik. There's nowhere like that in the world. And just as on a practical note, we all see things, we all have our smartphones, and we watch sometimes TV or different things. The next time something not tznius comes our way on the street or in the media, try to think about Shearim. Try to think about the pure life that they live, that they've created, and they live that concept of, you see something not tznius, you have to do something about it. So that's the story over here, and that's why I'm here at Shearim, to get that inspiration of the idea of tznius, and they mamash live it, and it's just a beautiful thing to know exists and to know that we have it, among Klal Yisrael. There are representatives in that respect.